The president of Venezuela is calling for peace after President Trump ordered the CIA into his country to target drug trafficking operations. And hundreds of people have been evacuated from western Alaska. Good morning, I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. The president of Venezuela is urging Americans to reject any aggression against his country. NPR's Ada Peralta reports President Trump says he has authorized CIA operations within Venezuela.
Speaking to reporters, President Trump said the U.S. controls the sea, and they are now looking to strike land. The U.S. has deployed a destroyer and a cruiser, as well as some 10,000 U.S. troops to the Caribbean, saying they want to stop drugs from flowing north. In a speech in Caracas, Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro said the U.S. was vilifying Venezuela in an attempt to topple his government.
No a la guerra en el Caribe.
Say no to war in the Caribbean, and in South America, say yes to peace, Maduro said. Ada Peralta, NPR News, Mexico City.
The federal government shutdown continues. The Senate is scheduled to meet again today to vote on a spending measure that could end it. But Republicans and Democrats cannot agree, and the bill is expected to fail. Meanwhile, a federal judge in California has temporarily blocked the Trump administration from firing federal employees during the shutdown. The judge ruled federal employee unions have enough evidence to show the layoffs are illegal. As the shutdown wears on, food banks and other groups that serve military families are seeing a surge of new clients. From member station WHRO in Norfolk, Virginia, Steve Walsh has more.
Armed Services YMCA operates 22 food banks near military installations. They have seen a 30% jump in demand in the last couple of weeks. Pantries have had to close early for the day because they have run out of food, says Doreen Ocam with the group.
I mean, that's the reality of the fact, is there are more people than there is food today.
Groups that provide emergency loans to troops have also seen a surge. Even though troops did not miss a paycheck, anxiety over the possibility is forcing cutbacks. Dawn Cutler with the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society points out that many military spouses have also been furloughed, cutting household income. For NPR News, I'm Steve Walsh.
Authorities in western Alaska have evacuated hundreds of people away from the coast. Last weekend, the remnants of a typhoon crashed into western Alaska. One person was killed and 2 more people are missing. From member station KYUK, Evan Erickson reports it is not clear when people fleeing the typhoon's destruction can go home.
Hundreds of evacuees awaited a flight to Anchorage at the National Guard Armory in Bethel. They're fleeing remote communities devastated by the remnants of Typhoon Halong on Sunday. Jody Agimuk and his family lost everything in their home community of Kipnuk.
Feeling heartbroken, displaced. I hope we won't have a hard time finding a place.
The storm has left more than 1,000 without homes. State officials are rushing in aid with winter just weeks away. For NPR News, I'm Evan Erickson in Bethel, Alaska.
The Kansas Young Republicans organization is now inactive. This follows a report from the media outlet Politico that showed the group's national chat, including racist and anti-Semitic messages. From the Kansas News Service, Zane Irwin has more.
The group chat included leaders of young Republican groups in Kansas, New York, Arizona, and Vermont. Politico reported the group chat members used slurs for gay and black people, repeated white supremacist slogans, and joked about being pro-Nazi. The Kansas GOP and the Young Republicans National Federation condemned the messages. One group chat member was fired from his post at the Kansas Attorney General's office. Vice President J.D. Vance, however, has come to the group's defense. Vance said on social media that he, quote, refused to join the pearl clutching and referenced offensive texts that a Democratic Virginia Attorney General candidate sent in 2022. For NPR News, I'm Zane Irwin in Kansas City, Missouri.
Conservative justices on the U.S. Supreme Court appeared open to further undercut the landmark 1965 Voting Rights Act. Just 2 years ago, in a similar case from Alabama, the court upheld the section of the law that was examined yesterday in arguments. Janai Nelson of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund defended the law before the court. NPR's Nina Totenberg says Justice Brett Kavanaugh questioned her.
Justice Kavanaugh, who cast the decisive fifth vote in a similar case from Alabama 2 years ago, reiterated his view that there should be an end point to racial remedies like this one. But Nelson replied that while many provisions of the voting rights law did have time limits, Congress deliberately did not put a limit on this provision of the law.
NPR's Nina Totenberg reporting from Washington. United Nations agencies say that they have 3 months' worth of humanitarian supplies ready to deliver to Gaza, but they warn rolling back famine in the enclave will take more than just trucks of food. NPR's Michelle Kellerman has more.
Israel is limiting the number of trucks it's allowing into Gaza, waiting for Hamas to hold up its end of the bargain and release all of the bodies of deceased hostages. UN agencies continue to deliver what's gotten in through Israeli checkpoints already. Ross Smith is the World Food Programme's Director of Emergency Preparedness and Response.
It's very fragile, very unpredictable at the moment, but we remain hopeful because we must be hopeful that this is the way forward.
Asked if the UN has enough food to reverse a famine that was declared in northern Gaza, Smith says that will take not only trucks of food, but also medical care and clean water. Michelle Kellerman, NPR News, the State Department.
Federal health officials have clarified that pregnant women are eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. But NPR's Rob Stein says that's as long as they first talk to a healthcare professional.
The eligibility of pregnant women has been unclear because of conflicting messages from federal health officials. But in response to a query from NPR, an HHS spokesperson confirmed that pregnant women are eligible. The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, however, goes further, saying the shots should be recommended for pregnant women, not just be an option, because COVID can be very dangerous for pregnant women. Rob Stein, NPR News.
Democratic governors in 15 states have launched a public health alliance to share information about disease outbreaks and more. The Democratic governors say that they're filling in gaps left by the Trump administration when it cut back health agencies. A new deal between Netflix and Spotify is revealing how much consumers are turning to video podcasts. NPR's Netta Ulaby explains.
Back in the good old days, meaning like 5 years ago, we listened to podcasts. Now we watch them. More than half of the world's top podcasts now release video versions, like the sports show hosted by Bill Simmons.
The Celtics are like, whoa, Simons, like this guy's like a really gifted offensive
Video
player.
podcasts are being consumed right now 20 times faster than audio ones. People often just have them on in the background. The number one platform for podcasts is YouTube, but Netflix and Spotify are challenging that. This new deal will make 16 top video podcasts available only on Netflix and on the Spotify app starting in January, including the Bill Simmons podcast. Netta Ulaby, NPR News.
This is NPR.